It's a Tuesday. You're standing in a gas station, scratching a lottery ticket you bought on a whim because the line was long and you were bored. And then you see the numbers. You check again. You check a third time. Your hands are shaking. That's $100 million, and your life will never, ever be the same again. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Most lottery winners are broke within 5 years. So today, we're doing this differently. We're going through your new life, level by level, and showing you exactly what happens if you play it smart and what happens if you don't. Level 1. The first 24 hours. You just won $100 million. The very first thing you need to do? Nothing. Literally nothing. Don't tell anyone. Don't call your mom. Don't post on Instagram. Don't even go home yet. You sign the back of that ticket right now, because in most states, whoever signs it owns it. Then you photograph it, front and back. You email that photo to yourself. You put the original in a plastic bag, and you put that bag in a fireproof safe or a bank safety deposit box. The second thing you do, you find 3 people: a tax attorney, a financial advisor who is a fiduciary, meaning they are legally required to act in your interest, and an estate planning lawyer. You do not touch a single dollar until you've talked to all 3. Now comes the first real decision: lump sum or annuity. The lump sum on $100 million is roughly $60 million before taxes. After federal and state taxes, you're looking at somewhere between $35 and $42 million depending on where you live. The annuity pays out over 29 years, more total money. But here's why most financial advisors recommend the lump sum. Inflation. $1 in 29 years is worth significantly less. And with smart investing, a properly managed lump sum grows faster than any annuity schedule. Take the lump sum. Talk to your attorney first, but 9 times out of 10, lump sum wins. Level 2. The first week. Protecting your money. Here's something terrifying. In most states, lottery winners are publicly named. Your face, your amount, your hometown, posted for the world to see. This is how you become a target for every scammer, estranged relative, and stranger with a sob story. The first thing your attorney will help you do is claim the winnings through a trust or LLC. Many states now allow this. This keeps your name out of the headlines and creates a legal barrier between you and the chaos that's about to come. Speaking of chaos, your phone is about to start ringing. People you haven't heard from in years, people you barely remember, a high school classmate, a distant cousin, someone who says they always believed in you. Your attorney will help you set up a simple response script. Warmly decline everything until your financial team is in place. This is not being cruel, this is survival. Now here's where the real finance lesson starts. You have roughly $38 million after taxes. Here's the framework your team will likely build. First, an emergency buffer, 6 months of living expenses, liquid, in a high-yield savings account. Even for a lottery winner, non-negotiable. Second, the core portfolio. About 60% of your wealth goes into index funds and diversified equities. Low cost, long-term, boring. This is your engine. Third, real estate. About 20%. Not your dream mansion yet. Income-generating properties. Apartment buildings, commercial units, things that pay you every month. Fourth, alternatives. 10%. Private equity, hedge funds if you qualify, maybe some commodities, high risk, high ceiling, small allocation. And fifth, your fun money, 10%. This is what you actually spend. And here's the key rule: you do not touch the other 90%. Level 3. The first month, your new normal. You need to think carefully about where you live. This is a finance decision, not just a lifestyle one. States like Florida, Texas, Nevada, and Washington have zero state income tax. Moving from a high-tax state like California or New York before you claim your winnings can save you millions, literally millions in taxes. Once you've sorted your domicile, you rent. Yes, rent. For at least 6 months. You are not ready to buy a $20 million home yet. You don't even know what kind of life you want. Renting gives you time to breathe, to explore, and to not make a $20 million mistake. And here's the trap. The one that has destroyed more lottery winners than anything else. Lifestyle creep. You buy the Lamborghini, then you need a garage for it, then insurance, then you need a second car because it's not practical, then you need a house big enough for the garage, then you need staff to maintain the house, and suddenly your fund money has metastasized into a $3 million per year operating cost, and your portfolio is bleeding. The rule is simple. Never let your annual lifestyle cost exceed 3% to 4% of your invested portfolio. At $34 million invested, that's roughly $1 to $1.4 million per year. That's your ceiling. And I promise you, that is an extraordinary life. Level 4, Year 1, Building Your Empire. Year 1, you've survived the chaos. You've got your team. Now you start building. And real estate is how you build passive income that outlasts you. Your first property acquisition should be a small multifamily unit, a 4 to 12 unit apartment building in a growing mid-sized city. Not Manhattan, not Beverly Hills. Think Charlotte, Austin, Nashville, Tampa. Cash flow positive markets. Why? Because your tenants pay your mortgage. And after that mortgage is paid, they pay you every month without you lifting a finger. This is the foundation of generational wealth. At this level, with your capital, you could realistically acquire $5 to $8 million in income-producing real estate in year 1 alone. That alone could generate $15,000 to $25,000 per month in passive income. Every month, forever. Here's a truth wealthy people know that broke people don't. Your network is your net worth. And at $100 million, you need a team. A CPA, certified public accountant who specializes in high net worth individuals. Not your cousin who does taxes. A specialist. A fiduciary financial advisor. We said this before, say it again. Fiduciary. They are legally required to prioritize you. An estate attorney to set up trusts, succession plans, and to protect your wealth for generations. A property manager if you go into real estate. This is not someone you cheap out on. They are your revenue protectors. And eventually, an executive assistant. Because your time becomes your most valuable asset, and it will be eaten alive if you don't protect it. Level 5, Year 3, The Good Life. By year 3, if you've followed the plan, your portfolio has grown. Your real estate is generating serious cash flow. Your lifestyle is funded entirely by passive income. And now you buy the house. Not $30 million, not a compound in Malibu. You buy a stunning, generous $2 to $3 million home in a neighborhood with great schools, great infrastructure, and strong long-term property value. You pay cash, no mortgage, no debt. This is the key psychological shift. Your home is not an investment. It is your home, so you don't overspend on it. You spend enough to love it, feel safe in it, and be proud of it. The difference between a $3 million home and a $15 million home is not as big as you think, and the difference in your stress levels is enormous. Let's talk about experiences, because here's what the research consistently shows. Money spent on experiences, travel, education, connection, produces dramatically more long-term happiness than money spent on things. By year 3, your travel budget is real. Business class, great hotels, private cooking classes in Tuscany, a week-long sailing trip through Croatia. These don't depreciate. They become stories. They become who you are. And unlike the Lamborghini, nobody tries to steal your memory of watching the sunrise over the Serengeti. Level 6, Year 5, Legacy and Giving. Year 5, you are not the same person who bought that lottery ticket on a Tuesday. And now comes the part that actually changes your legacy. Giving. Not because it's expected. Not for the tax write-off, but because at this level, strategic philanthropy is one of the most meaningful things money can do. Setting up a donor-advised fund allows you to contribute a lump sum, take the tax deduction immediately, and distribute the funds to charities over time, on your terms. You could fund a school scholarship, build a community center, support research for a disease that touched your family. This is where wealth stops being a number and starts being a story. Here's the final financial concept that separates one generational wealth from multi-generational wealth: the family trust. A properly structured trust doesn't just protect your wealth, it transfers it. Tax efficiently, with conditions you set. You can dictate that funds are released to children at 25, not 18, that they must be used for education or business, not just handed over. This is how the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Waltons, how old money stays money. They didn't just accumulate, they structured. $100 million properly managed, compounding at even a conservative 6% annually, becomes $178 million in 10 years, $318 million in 20. Your grandchildren could inherit $250 million, or it could all disappear on yachts and bad decisions. The structure is the difference. Level 7, the mindset shift. Here's the truth that no one makes a YouTube video about. Money doesn't solve you. It amplifies you. If you're anxious before winning, you'll be more anxious after, because now you have something to lose. If you're generous before, you'll get to be generous at scale. If you're disciplined, you'll build something extraordinary. If you're not, no amount of money will save you from yourself. The winners who go broke didn't lose because they got lucky. They lost because they hadn't done the inner work that wealth actually requires: purpose, identity, relationships that aren't transactional. The most important question to ask yourself right now before any of this is not what would I buy, it's who would I become? So let's recap. You win $100 million, you sign the ticket, you hire the team, you take the lump sum, you go anonymous, you don't buy the Lambo yet, you invest first, you build passive income, you buy the house in year 3, you travel for experiences, you give back, you build a trust for your family, and you ask yourself every single day, who am I becoming? If this video helped you think differently about money, even a little bit, hit that like button, subscribe for more POV finance content every week, and drop in the comments, what's the first thing you'd actually do if you won $100 million?